Good morning, Franz. I'm gonna double check. I'm gonna double check my audio because sometimes when my computer restarts, it's problematic. But hi, good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing? For some reason, it's showing the Duolingo badge on my profile. What the fuck? I don't want that. I don't want. Hold on. Ugh. Let's use that one. Nervous about how your appointments will go today? They'll probably go fine. Necromancer got first today. Woo! Necromancer first. Ross was an early arrival. There's gonna be no Palia today, unless I go a really long time or start a second stream later this afternoon. So sleepy. I do honestly start student screen and no music. I hear music. Okay. Is anybody else just seeing the starting soon screen? If that's because I was starting soon. It's weird because my the music was on. Maybe I accidentally like clicked it and lowered it or something. Maybe fretting over nothing, being informed my choice to pick a chiropractor is not the best choice. It's also already questioning my choices, so they told me not to be so eager, put so much blame on myself for things. Look, if a chiropractor helps your pain, then do it. I would recommend seeing a physiotherapist as opposed to a chiropractor because I believe the chiropractors are quacks, and there's very little science. It's kind of like acupuncture. It doesn't actually really do anything. It's more of a placebo, and they're like fucking around with your spine. But there have been chiropractor moves that have helped me in the past, that like relieve a spot in my spine where um, it pinches a nerve behind my stomach, and then it makes me like super nauseous. And if I don't manage to crack it out, I I might pass out. I've never actually passed out, but I've been very close before. I guess one concern is I may get punished in some kind for my judgment calls. I don't know what the problem is. I don't know why you're seeing these specialists. So I can't really, give you any of my personal advice on the matter. I'm not a medical practitioner. Your physician shouldn't be punishing you for making decisions or doing what you have to do to relieve yourself of pain. I have a friend whose like spine is kind of fucked, and he's in America, and the hospital is like, oh, this is like, oh shit, you need to get this dealt with right now. Here's this information for the clinic. And he goes to the clinic, and the clinic's like, oh no, we won't cover you based on the insurance you have. So he goes back to the hospital, and he's like, okay, well, I couldn't get it done at the clinic, so can we get this done now? And then the hospital's like, oh, it's no longer covered because you left and went to the clinic like we told you to do. It's no longer an emergency because now you know about it. If you hadn't known about it, it would be like an emergency thing that we could do now. And it's like, bitch, you told him to go to this place. You didn't inform him of this in the meantime. I would have just America makes me angry. It was my decision, given the pain, and me not say go to the urgent care place or even the hospital. Still somehow not surprised, but still infuriating. Yeah, yeah. So this is what your system's like. So it, like, I can't say what it's like in your state, but like, bitch, that's insane. In Canada, they refer you to the place, and you get it fixed more or less for free if it's, you know, an actual thing that's covered by our OHIP, which is the Ontario Health Insurance Plan, which we pay our taxes, higher taxes than Americans, to pay for our universal health care. I can't go see like a physiotherapist because that's no longer covered because Doug Ford and his gravy plane keep canceling all these programs because conservatives never spend the money necessary to keep the population healthy so that we don't have to spend money on healthcare because our population's unhealthy and stressed. Conservatives suck. I fucking hate conservatives. They don't realize that if you spend a little bit of money now, you'll spend a lot less later. They're like, no, just money now. Straight from Neff. Why have you done this? Right, it's medicine time. My crazy state conservatives a whole fucking virus. Yeah, it is. It's the, we don't want to spend money so that we can have it now. Yes, Doug Ford wants to privatize. He wants to make the Canadian system like the American system, and he's a fucking moron. The man makes me angry. I wish he would end up like his brother. Unfortunately, I don't think there's term limits on running for premier. Only prime minister. So he's just going to keep going. I wish people would stop voting for the fucker. But everyone's like, dollar beers. And I'm like, where are your dollar beers now, assholes? So in Discord server years ago, some people argued to drop the pretense medical health care. I'll put the private sector. So, oh god, those people are stupid. It's like every civilized country has universal health care. And it works. That's why we all have it. America doesn't have universal health care because money and corporations, they like money. And it enrages me. In other news, I got my my shirt fully taken apart, and it's all pressed and ready to go, so that later I can make the pattern. That's the word I was gonna do. And cruelty. I don't think it's about cruelty. I think it's about money, and it just, you know, accumulation of wealth leads to cruelty. And cruelty is a byproduct of wealth accumulation. So I say also problems. Oh yeah, loud motorcycles. I hate them. Motorcycles would be so much cooler if they were silent. I'm on the wrong layer. if I can see with that letter thing moving also. Yeah, well, you don't want stupid people in your life. I totally get that. I don't know where I'm going with this picture at this point. I started doing some motion study sketches from picture references, and then doing my own style on top of them. Nah, I want to play Palia. Bleh. That is not the color I seek. You can see Solar shaking his head going, Dave, let's stop flicking water at me. I'm trying to nap. There, now he's smiling. Now he give a little smirk. He splash. He splish. He is the fish. Yeah, Ross, that's all they were. That's all that matters. Is if you learn from your mistakes and allow yourself enough forgiveness that you're not making the same mistake twice and that you're learning from it. Never I splash. Fish must splish. Splishy fish. He is cute fish boy. He is cute fish boy. Yay, ready! This is like a cat. Yeah, I started doing these ones as nameless, and then I stopped and like pivoted to Alex from my book. See you later, Ross. Have a good appointment. At least you keep your stream streak. Yay. The only thing I don't like about this brush is it's one size. I don't have a...
Necromancer Dark is hosting a guest. Welcome Maranai to the island.
Necromancer, thank you for the gifted sub to Maranai. Down to death.
Necromancer Dark is hosting a guest. Welcome Neficus to the island.
Necromancer, thank you for the gifted subs to Maranai and F. You guys, welcome back to Necrocon, the convention that keeps going, even if you're dead. Sponsored by Necromancer Dark. This whole channel is just sponsored by Necromancer. I need to finish your dog picture, too. I haven't forgotten, I promise. I know Pepperoni is still there, waiting. I just lack the skills to paint the wood of the chair. Let's see. I think I want to purpley blue. Yeah. Cooler shadows. Oh, fucked it up. What have I done? Getting into the smaller layers. It's okay, fantasy. What? I'm also a worthless unemployed loser. So you know what? We can be worthless unemployed losers together. You're still a friend, and that's honestly like I would still do this even if I wasn't earning money because I enjoy it so much. Some people can't afford to support artists, and that's just the fact of the matter. There's a lot of people who can barely afford to live these days. And the fact that Necromancer, takes the time to support artists in the community is really wonderful. He can afford to do it. And we need people like him. But guess what? You knit and crochet. I can't do that. That's actually a valuable skill. And you're a good person. And you follow the laws. So you're already well ahead of certain people that I know. Certain people that this community knows. Like Fuckface. He's an unemployed loser. And he is definitely worthless, because all he does is leech off of everybody. And he commits crimes. So there. You don't commit crimes. Unless it's crimes against cuteness because you're adorable. I'm an Orsi. I have the power to see the future. But my lottery numbers still never get picked. Good job. Good Orsi. I know you probably meant Oracle, but you spelt it very wrong. So I'm just teasing you now. I may have fucked these up a little bit, but that's okay. The horns are always difficult for me to draw. An Orsi? There, that's an I. You need an L. It's Oracle. Thank you, Fantasy. Feel like maybe that brush just isn't working out. This brush might be better. This one's called a coloring brush. I haven't tried this brush before. I don't have the same kind of brush sets that Conliu does. And, he's painting in Photoshop. Where's my orange? I want my orange. This one is too... The opacity is too obvious for this brush. I like the edge of it. What about this one? This is just the wiggle version of my other one. See, there's this one. And this one, they paint the same way. But, like, this one only has one size, right? I need it to have the variable size. I cheated. Got my Green Witch Oracle deck close. Nice. Yes, an Orsi. Yep. Never know that. Yep. Gonna try and make a custom brush based on it? Probably. Do I have the understanding to make a custom brush? Probably not. Yeah, there's gonna be a bit of light reflecting off the water, so I should probably get that in here too. Painting skin, I always have so much trouble with it. I have no problem with the rocks or the plants, but skin. Aki! Ah, goddamn it, Duo was still there. Fucking hell. Why is it showing Duo? Goddamn Duolingo and their AI usage. I did have that didn't I have a like a text to speech or no, Closed captions, that's the word. I don't know where my closed captions thing is. It's missing. Yeah, Aki's Discord last night was having some issues. Some guy joined a server and was using a hacked bot to somehow post lots of very horrible pictures on his Discord en masse, adding literally everyone. And yeah, it was kind of, whew. Some of those images were alarming. Let's fix up around here a little bit. Why am I struggling so hard with this? I just can't get it right, you know. And I keep wanting to paint the skin much lighter, but if it's in shadow, it's not going to be light, you know? ah, I need to do more, like, value-based human body studies. Specifically, you know, like musculature and stuff. I haven't actually ever done that kind of study before. So I got, like, the sternum here, right? That is not the color that I selected. Painting rib cages is very confusing for me. Oh, oh, oh. Cause I have the shape wrong. Cause I'm a dumb shit. Welcome back. Better hide. I see paladins on a ship. Oh no, they're coming. I think part of it is we need darker shadows in here. I have been struck! I'm putting on shrimp thine spines. Give yourself a little stretch out, a little wave back and forth like seaweed in the ocean currents. Just wiggle, 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 wiggle. I haven't figured out. I spent like an hour yesterday in VNN, and like the problem is a lot of the tutorials that people have up for VNN are from like version 1, which is like 4 years ago. And the options have changed, the menus have changed, and there is an emote drop option. Like a command, but it's only for emotes that are posted in chat. So it's for like all emotes, and I can't choose a specific emote. Sometimes zooming out really helps. It looks messy. We'll fix it. You can see where my weaknesses are as an artist. And it's largely in human anatomy. Which is weird because all I draw is people. It's only recently that I started drawing and painting animals. And yet... Why have you done this? Cora! It's cheese time, or specifically Baby Bell. For a second I thought you were talking about my brother. I'm like, wait a second. How you doing, Cora? Thank you for the hydrate. Fuss. Roa. Meow. His eyes are too far apart. Hello, Roman. How you doing? Yeah, that's looking a little bit better. Tiny adjustments. There's also a problem. His elbow's in the wrong spot. The shoulder should be lowered and in a little bit. Elbow's entirely in the wrong spot. Let's move on to a slightly different spot in this picture. I want the tail to be brighter. I think we're finally making progress. I just need to find my groove. Do you have games on your phone? I saw your Pokemon fan art. Yes, it was very good. And that other person who posted their custom Vroid stuff, that was pretty cool. But I have my Vroid artist. Sysis is my Vroid artist. I think the shadows here are going to have to be more gray as opposed to the teal of the water. The highlight here is incorrect. But incorrect, I mean too strong. I think I would like to pull in more purples into these cooler shadows. And now we have to figure out how to paint scales en masse. Or at least the illusion of scales. Try to draw my third gay comic or make another Pokemon Gajinka design based on my mood. I don't think I've ever tried to draw Gajinka. I remember when that term was new. And I was like, what the hell is that? It was like in the 2000s. Yeah, see, this looks so flat. Let's try different brush. This one that I didn't quite like before. Hate it. I hate it. Won't be able to go back all the way either. I think part of it is it's the wrong shape. This is sort of like the knees, right? I could try drawing Nameless's demon form. You might not see me in the same light. This more naturalized version. Really am enjoying painting water. Like reflections on the water. It's something I would not have done like 5 years ago. Would not have bothered to try this. Well, that's the thing with studying other artists' work, is you try out new things, right? I do want more sun across his body. Which means you're gonna get a little bit of reflected light. From his skin up in here. Where's my orange? Remember, the light is warm, the shadows are cool. This light isn't warm enough, and that's part of the problem. Right here. And right here. Look at that. And getting the shape right is just as important as getting the mayor of Sillytown. Oh no. I forget what his name was. I'll have to go back and watch that. That was from my birthday stream last year. God, it's already been almost a year since Mayor of Sillytown. Oh, goodness. What the fucking hell. It's coming back soon. I would like some browns and grays in these rocks. Some gray browns. Gray browns would be good. Gonna bring some light back into this area. Not quite right. We'll figure it out eventually, yeah? Thank you for the hydrate. Honestly, this reminds me of Link from Legend of Zelda. He's a white elf boy with brown hair and blue eyes. Yeah, Sai said the same thing about one of the other ones that I was drawing. This one. I've just been kind of poking around with this one. But yeah, he's an elf boy with brown hair and blue eyes. Not surprised. But Link isn't a demon. Yeah, elf boy. White elf boy with brown hair and blue eyes. Of course he's gonna look like Link. I feel like I'm making this worse. Skin is so hard to paint. Nope, don't like that. Don't like any of that. How far back can I go? That. All that work I did on the face, lost forever. That's okay. For one, chin is too pointy. There's something wrong with his neck that's really bothering me. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's too wide. Maybe the shadow's not strong enough. Ah, noses, my nemesis. Yeah, there's a lot wrong with the neck. He's not noseless. I'm just really bad at drawing noses. I hate it. I hate it. Light here. Light here. Too much shadow. Mm. Go back in and try and get some structure back in here. So you have like the tendons for the neck, right? And light would be hitting those. A little bit of light would be hitting the Adam's apple. Thank you for the hydrate, conk. Eileen, your streak is saved. Hooray! The tendons. Yeah, I need to do some studies around the collarbone area again. Don't worry, we can always paint over it. I think part of it is stemming from this area. So all of this is being stretched and pulled this way, right? I really need to do more form studies. I've been putting off doing people. How you doing today, Aline? And why is it so hard to find cotton or linen thread? It's not hard to find cotton thread. It's hard to find linen thread for sure. Maybe his head's too big for his body. His head is really big. Yeah, his head was way too big. Let's get that a little... Yeah, that would do it. You know what they say? If someone has a big head, they can't buy hats in stores. Destroy my images on Incubus. Okay. There's always a little bit for the sternum here. So let's fix this. Men tend to have a more of a triangular structure to their body as opposed to curvy whammons. This arm is too long. The elbow's at the wrong angle. Hey, you see the difference? Like, the arm was way too long. And then you start shifting things around, and you have to... I do really love the liquefy tool. Like, it's very handy. Can really fuck shit up, though, if you're not careful. Nope, not going there. You know to say, if you have a big head and long arms, you can probably reach things, and you still can't buy hats in stores. My head's too big. I can't wear hats in stores. I can't buy hats from stores. It's really annoying. But that just means I have to make my own hats. Okay, that's much better. His upper arm was way too long. We're getting there. So what should I do today, guys, to fix our problem with Palia? Should I just, like, take an hour or two break and then do another live stream later today? This brush works well for, like, my brush works really well for, like, blending in the rocks and stuff, but when it comes to actually, like, painting the water, it really doesn't work that well. don't want that golden color on the tail. I don't like it. Exactly, you can get items on the top shelf, long arms, and no hat to obstruct your view. Exactly. I will have to log into Palia to at least, check on my ranch. I garden and stuff, but I won't interact with any of the storyline so that we can do that together. I was really looking forward to playing some Palia today, but they are just not up yet. Okay, so I feel like the knees are still in the wrong spot. So we'll put a new layer on top of this. And we continue his waist down. He would have his pelvis will be here. Yeah, knees are definitely in the wrong spot. Because otherwise your knees are coming up like this. And then your legs are like separating out down here. That'd be weird. Where's my orange? Knees and toes and knees and toes. Yeah, so like the hip joints. This is a perspective that I've never drawn before. You can see how wrong I technically have it. So if these were like the ankles, these would be the knees. And all of this will be like fish muscle, right? And then this would be fin right here. I mean, it doesn't help that it's anatomy that doesn't actually exist. But if we were to draw this according to, like, human bones, he's sitting with his knees up together. And of course I'm working on foreshortening here. And the idea is that have his feet together, so like his knees should be up here for us. And even then, like, this is still wrong. This is why we have layers. But, like, I don't want to ruin all the beautiful painting right in here, you know? Ah! I want to buy more green linen thread at the medieval markets. This is looking a lot better than it was, like, especially, like, right in here. It's doing pretty well there. This spot right here looks good. And his head is now the right size. The arm is probably still a little bit too long. Because we have like the shoulder joint here and here. You are seeing kind of half. Sternum, rib cage. Waist. Kind of twisty. Here but muted, waiting on my appointment to start. Does Rit dye work on linen? Yes, it does. Thank you, Necromancer. What Necromancer? I saw Necromancer's name and I was trying to say Ross. Thank you, Ross. Alright, I'll get a little heart. Fucking duo. I want to get rid of that thing. I wish I could delete badges. Yeah. Like, you get what I'm going for here with the thing. I just can't seem to get it right. And the reason it looks wrong is because it is wrong. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna duplicate that layer. We're gonna do what I've been doing this whole time, which is grab stuff and move it around. Oops, that's the wrong key. What is happening? I don't even know. I am going to take a quick break and go to the little demon's room. Everybody, please get up and stretch if you haven't. I'll be right back. Hi. I'm back. How you doing? Where's my pen? There's my pen. Put it in the inkwell where it belongs. Okay. We're just gonna cover up our beautiful reflections. Yeah, I think part of the problem is too, it actually isn't big enough because foreshortening is a thing. I want to give the illusion that there's depth back here. The other part of the problem is there's a fold right here. And I have been neglecting it. Well, that already looks 1,000 times better. I'll zoom out, zoom back in. Still needs to be higher, I think. Part of it is... Mm-hmm. I'll get to that hydrate in a second. I think we're going to bring some of the scales up out of the water here. Because he's probably going to have some fins as well. Sometimes it helps to go way back from the picture. I don't know what kind of tree this is. I'm not even sure I like this tree. I hate it. It's alright. Good enough. But like, that already changed so much. Just being able to see the form. You know, you've got your reflections in the wrong place. You've got the depth of the pool in the wrong place. Using the wrong brush, but that's okay. I seem to be vibing with this one at the moment. Can always repaint the water. Okay, did you see Evan's photo? I did not. Yeah, no, the tree doesn't like me either. It's not cooperating. I used to be so good at drawing trees, and then, like, you look at the background for my stream, and I'm just like, this sucks. Okay, hold on. I gotta go see Evan's photo. Friend servers. Okay, Congress. Well, they arrive very soon. Ah! Ah! He's a baby. He's a baby. He looks so tired already. Yeah, he looks so tired already. The idea of carrying a baby inside of me and giving birth is absolutely, utterly mortifying and terrifying to me. I wish I could be a dad. This is gender dysphoria, probably. Just in time for the tea. I got your hide right there, Fantasy. Hey guys! Necromancer! I have some soda left. I think the mouth of this bottle is too wide for me to do the little blow thing. There we go. The gourd, you gotta get just the right angle. It's really difficult. Because the mouth of the bottle is so wide and it's at a weird angle. I can't get my lips right up to it. There you go. And a plaster check. Everybody on Shrimpland Spines. Give us a little wave back and forth like Sue in the ocean currents. Just wiggle, 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 wiggle. And of course the little bell that goes with it.
Now that I drank some, let's see how it changed. It was very difficult to get the right angle on this. Of course, I don't have good lung capacity. The more empty it is, the more resonant it gets. How does empty gourd sound? There you go. That's all I got the lung capacity for. It's 700 mils, so it's quite cavernous in there. Takes a lot of air. Listen to the call of my people. Ho! Or is it ho? I won't. No, no, gotta be mature. What a joke. Okay, let's get rid of this little seam on his chest here. Smaller brush. Let's get the gray here. I hope you didn't mind the noise. You know, I don't want people to be upset. These reflections in the water should not be here. chest was too low. I am learning quite a bit doing this. It's changed quite considerably from where I started. There's bits here that I need to change. The water over here is a lot deeper. Oops. Might go to the library tomorrow before stream and print some flower knitting patterns. Ooh. This part of the hand would be in shadow. Again, the upper arm is still too long. We're gonna have to do this. Have to do some clipping. I want to make something nice for camp or something practical. The tutorial for making the wisteria ribbons should be coming out soon. I haven't exactly had the brain space to do some work on the announcement. And the other guys have been pulling their weight quite a lot. Just the last few days have been kind of... My brain's been full of things. I still don't have the kind of dynamic lighting that I want in this picture. I'm gonna have to study more of Khan's stuff. But yeah, we have a tutorial that that Enokin made for making the wisteria ribbons, or the ribbon wisterias. Thank you. Papa blew me a kiss when he gave me my tea. I love my family. I'm so lucky to have a good family. Meh. Why am I having feels? Well, this mermaid picture is doing a lot better than last year's mermaid picture, that's for sure. We've come a long way in our art journey, guys. Let me bring up the old one, because it's kind of poop. I finally put the files in the right folder and renamed them to what they were supposed to be. I mean, it's a completely different style. The tail's too long and slinky. It has no shadows, but I already put textures on. The horns are kind of lame. They're wonky. I could not get the horizon right because I did absolutely zero. Well, I didn't do zero planning, but the planning I was doing was not great. There's absolutely no foreshortening. I would have to take like the whole torso and size it up like 4 times. There's like 50 bajillion layers.
I started doing, like, the more single layer painting not long after this. Like, consistently. There's a lot of detail. I like his face. Just this spot right here. The rest of the painting is garbage. Not painting, but drawing. The rest of it's just kind of garbage. Let's make a duplicate. See if we can do something with it. What was this? That's a reference image for hair. You just delete everything in that folder. What is all of this? See, this little change alone makes it already, like, so much better of a composition. Just that alone. And then if we do some shifting here. My computer's like, ah! You're gonna get the horns at the right angles. Look at photography in Discord. Okay, just give me a second. Amazing. Brilliant. Do you want me to share it? So that it's forever immortalized in stream. Amazing. Lamp. The warrior against moths. I was bored today. Death, your brain fascinates me. Like, this is already so much closer to what we had originally planned, which was this big one in the background here. That's already much closer. And like, this should probably be more like this. I'm just farting around now. The Norwegians are weird, okay? We don't work well. It's no wonder I was never able to finish this picture, is because there was so much wrong with it. There was just so much wrong. It's my dad's old lampshade. Now I use it as a hat to make dumb photos of. Well, you know what? I like it. It's great. Would you look at that? It's already 1,000 times better. Oh, look, we now know how to paint water. How fast can we improve the original picture from Mermaid last year? Yes. If you look at it, it looks like a Ronin Casa hat, in a way. Yeah, it really does. Why are motor bickers so freaking loud? Because they're designed to be that way, and I hate it. So I kind of like the idea of this rock being a little bit underwater. Let's calm the ocean down a little bit here. Maybe a little too much. Let's... Okay, well. We'll just paint over it. Ah. I was wondering what was happening. This one delete. This one move down. This one merge in. Then we paint. You know, we want like that turquoise ocean color, don't we? That would be nice. This was supposed to be tropical. Get some little cirrus clouds going. I like all the little derpy lumpfish.
near instant improvement. Ooh, the brush. The computer's like, what are you making me do? You're gonna take a nap? Okay, enjoy your nap. I mean, it's already a marked improvement from what we had before. You just make the torso bigger, and you're like, there you go. That was the whole problem. Revisit that one another time. This one's a completely different vibe. There we go. I think it might be stand-up time. Stretch. I wonder if Perf is still awake. Oh yeah, it looks like she is. Our moderator is doing her 9-year streaming anniversary, and she's doing 24-hour stream. So I'm thinking we'll raid into her today, give her some support. She doesn't stream often, but I guess she wanted to do something special this year. I like how far we came with this painting today. I think we finally got the body right, and it's just gonna be a matter of me finishing it at this point. I do want to do a little bit more paint with the splashes on a separate layer of him flinging water, so we have an option of flinging water and just lasing. And I'm still debating on whether to do his jewelry or not. But I definitely like the direction this picture is going now. His nose needs a lot of work. Noses are really hard. Not sleepy, just meh. Well, you should get up and do something. I've got to pattern a shirt. And, hopefully I won't hurt my back on the table that's only made out of sawhorses, so it's sitting really low. He's already wearing his jewelry? Nothing at all? Well, he certainly got the jewels somewhere. Mer anatomy is a little bit different. Hello. I'm doing my wiggle back and forth as I stand here. My weebling. It's like the major unshrimpening. I wonder what the temperature is today. It looks cool out, but also like the light is kind of warmish. Let's check. 10 feels like 9 with a high of 14 feels like 13. It's a chilly day, guys. Shall we raid early into our moderator? My back's kind of hurting today. And I went to bed at like 3 in the morning, so I'm kind of tired. Jungle in the mighty jungle. What? A wee mumble. A wee boo wobble. A wee boo wobble. Sure. Do I need to spray you with holy water again? Spray you with holy water. Who, me or him? Holy water sipping intensifies. Definitely me. Ah! Kappa hit me in the head. Alright, well, since I've got a lot of things to do today, I'm gonna raise you guys into Perf. /raid. And I've got to grab her name because I can never spell it right, and it's long.
This channel is intended for mature audiences. I should have that label on mine, but I don't. It reduces advertising revenue. Alright, everybody. I'll see you tomorrow. We'll play Palia tomorrow. I promise I will not interact with any of the new content later today when I go check on my ranch. But I will see you tomorrow. We are off sailing to other waters. Kids shouldn't be on Twitch anyways. It's against their TOS. May you wash ashore on distant lands and find new adventure. Go see our moderator. She's very stabby. She's probably also very tired. She's doing a 24-hour stream as a stream anniversary. Y'all have a fantastic day. I hope you have a lot of fun. She's fun. And remember, I love you. Bye-bye. And Necromancer, thank you for the gifted subs today. I really super appreciate it.